going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to another road trip. Man United taking on Charlton at Old Trafford in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, man. And we're taking on a League One outfit. And look, we got a favourable draw, 100%. But as you lot know, you can't be messing about. It's business as usual. You can't just take it for granted that you're playing a team a couple of leagues below yourselves. You've got to turn up. You've got to put in a performance. And it is, you know, a dream come true for some of these Brighton players. And the manager, the Charlton manager was talking about, you know, how many times he's been to Old Trafford. I think he's a United fan, and he was talking about, you know, the theme tune that he plays for his Charlton lads as well. And it's a big day for him. But once, you know, he crosses that white line and the whistle goes, he's focused on the game, sort of thing. But we have to focus on ourselves. And yes, of course, we want to be in the next round for the hat, in the hat for the next round. And as Dallo said to us yesterday, listen, we're not turning our noses up at any trophies. What is going to be interesting, though, in terms of team selection, I know Owen touched on this and spoke about this with Marcel in the preview, is just how much Erik Ten Hag is going to rotate, because we know that Erik is on smoke in terms of wanting us to win a trophy. We know that. We know that 100%. But the next game's City. The next game's City. And if you take into account who the opposition is, and again, I'm not saying that, you know, we throw the kids out because it's Charlton and they're in League One. I'm not saying that. But in terms of senior internationals and pros that we have that are able to come into the squad, you would think he should be able to make some changes, and he shouldn't have to play, you know, the full starting strength 11 of what would be against City, in my opinion. We know we're lacking for options up front, so we'll probably look for a bit of continuity there. So he probably will start Martial and do what he's always been doing and take him off after, you know, 65, 70 minutes, which is fine. But, you know, Rashford's banging form as well. Will he want to tinker with him and give him a rest ahead of City to make sure that he's available for City? Or do you keep playing him? Do you keep him in the groove? I think you keep him in the groove, especially because Bruno Fernandes is not going to be playing, especially if you look at the fact that Donny van de Beek is injured as well. So creatively, in the 10 position, we're already going to be, you know, looking at something potentially different. So my team, well, my thoughts on it are, fair enough, we have to rotate, but I think there's a few players who actually have to play, considering, you know, it doesn't matter who we're against. You know, we still don't have the luxury of just being able to roll out anybody and just think we can win. It just doesn't happen like that, you know. So actually, now I'm thinking about it, there is no Bruno, he's suspended, so we know that. And obviously Donny van de Beek's out with what looked like it was a long-term injury. We haven't had any update since then, but that looked a real bad one. But he's definitely obviously not going to play tonight. So who's going to play in that number 10 position? If you think about it, would you play Marcus Rashford just behind Martial? Can't see Erik Ten Hag doing that. I think he wants to keep people in their rightful positions, especially someone as in form as Marcus Rashford. It's going to be one of the midfielders, isn't it? It's going to be probably Eriksen, I would say. I would start Eriksen in the 10, and I would go with Fred, and he'll probably play Casemiro actually, but again, I would go with Fred and McTominay. I think that's fine against Charlton at home with Christian Eriksen in the 10. You got a Casemiro on the bench, but I actually think that Erik will probably go the other way around. I think he'll put Christian Eriksen in the 10, and Fred and Casemiro just behind. Having said that, he don't like to move Christian Eriksen a lot, does he? I mean, since Christian Eriksen played in that false 9 in the first game of the season against Brighton, and then he played as like a lone defensive midfielder, I think, or did he play Fred there? I think he played as a defensive midfielder against Brentford, and remember, gave the ball away in the score, whatever. Since then, he keeps Eriksen as that deep line playmaker to set the tempo. He thinks that's really important. But so could we see Fred play further forward? When he's come on in games, he's arriving late into the box, he's getting on the end of shots, he's trying to get assists. So could we see that, or McTominay play further forward? We've seen that a few times this season as well. And again, no disrespect to Charlton, but it does. Whoever we play in midfield, they should be competent enough to put in a good enough performance at home to Charlton to get us through to the next round. So I could see him actually. Do you know what? I think he's going to go Eriksen, Casemiro, and I think he's going to put Fred in the 10. I do. Or if not that, then Eriksen just behind Martial, and then Fred and Casemiro behind that. I think he definitely starts with a midfield 3 of Fred, Casemiro, and Eriksen. On the right-hand side, does he go with Anthony again? how much changes does he want to make? I don't think he's going to make that many changes. I don't think Eric's going to look at it and go, it's Charlton at home, we can just make wholesale changes. I'll just play Elanga on the right. Excuse me. Would he go with Garnacho on the left, maybe? Rashford on the right? That's a possibility. I think he could go with that, actually. Do you know what? I think he will. I think he's going to go Garnacho on the left, Rashford on the right, Martial up front. And then the back four, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I think, wow. I think Luke Shaw will have a rest. I think he'll play Maguire and Martinez. And then I think he plays Dalot. I mean, ideally, you would say play Wan-Bissaka, keep Dalot fit and fresh for Man City. But, you know, as we spoke to Diogo yesterday, he's fighting fit, he's ready to go. It was a small problem, he just didn't want to rush it. And he's back, and he'll need those minutes in the tank. He'll need to be in his groove. But again, you know, with 5 subs, start Dalot again, take him off after 70 minutes. You know, you can't get ahead of yourself, but you're kind of probably expecting the game, or hoping that the game should be in a good position to get a win at least by the 70th minute, and then you can make changes. You know, you bring off Dalot. Basically, you bring off players that will be starting against City. You bring off Anthony, you bring off Rashford. And then you just mix things around. I think that's how Erik ten Hag's going to play it. Put it this way, I know this is the lowest league. This is the lowest kind of position team we've played, obviously with all the cups domestically. And you know, Erik plays a strong team. He wants to win. You don't want to leave anything to chance. I don't think he's going to roll out Zidane Iqbal and Charlie Savage or Kobe Mainoo. And those things aren't going to happen. They're just not. He's going to pick from the pros that he's got that are part of it, and that team should be more than enough to beat a Charlton team at home as well, a mid-table Charlton team as well. It's not like they're absolutely flying. They've got their own issues going on, and like you said, it's a day out for them. It's like a cup final for them, a chance for them to put in a shift and try and cause an upset, a massive upset, because I don't think anybody would give Charlton a chance in this game, which is why we have to be on our toes, which is why we can't, you know, take the mick in our selection, and that is why I think Erik ten Hag's going to take this so seriously that he won't do that. So yeah, I think Maguire will play. Martinez again, he's coming back from the World Cup, needs the minutes in his legs. Could he start the game, then maybe come off later on for Lindelof, or does he just go Maguire and Lindelof straight from the bat? So look, I get it. Ten Hag will probably rotate, and whatever team he puts out, I don't think we're going to be able to go, oh, why has he done this? Why has he done that? Why is he, you know, whatever team we put out should be good enough to beat Charlton at home and get to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. So yeah, let me know your team selection. This is when it gets quite exciting. You're not quite sure what team's going to play. You're playing a lower league opposition, and you have no idea how Eric's going to play this. But many eventualities are possible. So yeah, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Remember, if you didn't know already or you forgot, you got to the end of today, the close of play today. So let's say 11:59 p.m. UK time. That is when the competition is going to stop, and we will pick a winner to win the signed Diogo Dalot shirt from yesterday. On the morning show with Owen on Matchday Reloaded, he will pick out one of those winners, or we will have a winner by then. All you have to do is go to that Diogo Dalot video, smash a like on that video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys leave a comment. We can check all 3 of them things, all right? So no cheating. So make sure you guys do that. And then the match review, you'll be live with Owen and KG. Make sure you guys keep them company, and then we'll have the reaction from the guys at Old Trafford straight after as well. Hopefully in the hat for another for a semi-final. And then you know, we can hopefully avoid City and Newcastle. Hopefully those two get each other, because I think those two will probably go through. But then again, you don't know with Newcastle. I think they play Leicester, and the way they went out of the FA Cup, you never know. So there you go. Smash a like on the video, and we'll see you soon. Peace.